This week from Crumbl Cookies, Kevin and I are going to be trying the cookie butter white chip featuring Biscoff, caramel sheet cake, Buckeye Brownie, cookies and cream milkshake featuring mini Oreo, and blueberry cheesecake. These cookies were provided to us free from Crumbl, so we greatly appreciate that.
Always.
Yes, we always appreciate that. This is the cookie butter white chip featuring Biscoff, which we love Biscoff cookies. Biscoff is, I know they serve it on Delta. We always fly Delta, but they're wonderful cookies. So
they're good. You can buy them in the store too.
Yeah, you can buy them in the store. Right in Walmart, they sell Biscoff. This has Biscoff cookie butter. It has Biscoff pieces, and it has white chips.
That has a texture like the old peanut butter cookies, the old-fashioned peanut butter cookies. Where it's soft in the middle, it's kind of crumbly on the outside, like crunchy crumbly on the outside. It's really good.
That is, to me, it's so buttery. I mean, very buttery. And the texture is exceptional. That, I agree with you. The old-fashioned peanut butter cookie, which I adore, take that texture and switch it from peanut butter to Biscoff, and there you got it.
Yeah, it's really nice. They did a really good job on that one. And it's sweet, but it's not like overly sweet. It's more like you said, it's kind of more of a buttery kind of texture. Flavor. It's really good.
The bake on that is perfect.
Yeah, they did a really good job.
You couldn't have gotten any better.
There's almost a texture of like oats in there, but not a lot. Just scattered. It's not, but
it has just the slightest hint of a crispy edge, but it's perfectly baked on the inside. It's not underbaked at all. I think it's delicious.
Yeah, it's not a really thick, super thick cookie either.
The Biscoff flavor. You do get that, but honestly, for me, it tastes just more buttery than anything.
Rich and buttery, yeah.
Yes.
I agree.
In the white chips, I'd say the white chips, they're very soft. So like when you're chewing it, you don't notice, there's no resistance from the chips because they're softer. So it's just, the whole thing's a very nice mouthfeel.
Yeah, they're not a real dense chip. So.
Not at all. So
it's good.
The second one is caramel sheet cake.
See how the caramel is. Oh yeah, it's not sticky or hard.
This is actually a caramel sugar cookie with caramel glaze. Yeah.
They've been cutting really nice.
I'm going to try just the cookie.
Kind of get that typical sugar cookie flavor out of the cookie, but it's very sweet.
Just eating the cookie by itself, you don't taste any caramel at all. I don't. I do like it. I think it's good, but I like their regular sugar cookie anyway. So now I'm taking my first bite with the caramel.
I did it both ways as well. The cookie by itself, yeah, you don't get caramel, but it has a really nice, the edge around the cookie is good and crumbly, crunchy. The center is soft. It is a really good sugar cookie. And then the caramel on top just adds a level of sweetness to it. I don't know that it really tastes like a caramel sauce or something like that. It's not really that burnt sugar kind of caramel.
No, it's not a burnt caramel. It's just sweet.
Yeah. Very good.
The texture of that one was different than the texture of the Biscoff. Like we said, the Biscoff one was more like that old-fashioned peanut butter texture. This texture is like a sugar cookie texture. But I do love the sweetness that caramel adds. Because when you eat the cookie by itself, it's good, but it's plainer and it doesn't have that level of sweetness. And then that caramel, it's not chewy at all.
No.
It was
It's more like a caramel flavored like glaze almost.
Well, that's what they call it, a caramel glaze.
Yeah,
that's what it is. Yeah, it's very thin, very easy to eat.
We've had caramel from them before that was very thick and sticky. It's like literally you cut it off and it wants to just pull off.
This isn't like that.
This isn't like that at all.
No. Once again, I would say that the bake on that is perfect.
Oh yeah, and the sugar cookie, the cookie itself is not one of those floury sugar cookies either. It's very nice flavor. Those are really good.
This is the Buckeye Brownie. So this is a chocolate brownie, and then you get peanut butter, and then you get semi-sweet melted chocolate on the top.
No. By the way, all of these were made up already.
Oh, well that saves them.
Yeah, so they were made up, and they just put them on in the box, so they didn't.
Is that one for me?
Yeah, they didn't have to do anything to them; they were already made up.
Somebody said, and I've gotten this comment before, but somebody said that they noticed how you always give me the best pieces.
Well, maybe.
That's just Kevin. He's just a nice person.
These were pretty equal. That's why I was kind of like. You had to go for it.
It came off.
Oh, it broke.
All the peanut butter came off at one time.
The peanut butter's thick.
Yeah, I feel like Mr. Ed.
Not Mr. Ed, your gym teacher.
My gym teacher.
Just that sounds like a gym teacher name.
Oh.
Mr. Ed.
No, I'm talking about the horse. The horse is a horse. Of course, of course. I love that.
Damn it, they give you a good amount of peanut butter, for sure.
Well, the peanut butter, the reason it came off is because it's firm.
It's firmer than you would
It's
think.
a little, like...
Well, it's like the inside of a Buckeye. If you ever had a Buckeye, it's...
Like this, I could pick this up. See that?
Yeah.
I can literally pick that whole thing up
And
off
just
the
eat
top and just fold it and eat it. I could. I won't because I've got to take a picture for the end. But that might happen after I take that picture.
It was really good. But a Buckeye does have kind of that thicker, denser, like peanut butter. It's not really a cream. It's just a mix of peanut butter in the middle.
The brownie cookie. It's a true brownie cookie.
It's really good. It's a nice chocolate.
But it has a lot of the chocolate chips in the actual brownie. They're melty, so they're not completely melted. You still get the form of them, but they're very soft and melty.
Even the cookie, though, I ate some of the cookie by itself. It's not what you'd call really dark cookie, so it's still very sweet. It's really nice. It's nice.
I like it a lot. I like the peanut butter. I always like whatever peanut butter, so that's nice for me.
This one's going to be tough to pick up.
I know. That's what I'm thinking too, because I tell you what, last week for our Crumbl location, last week was like the best week ever for our Crumbl. Well, this is lining up to be another really perfect week. I mean, it's a big cookie. This is the Cookies and Cream Milkshake featuring mini Oreo. It has Oreo cookie pieces, but it has vanilla buttercream on top.
And the buttercream itself actually has Oreo pieces mixed in. So it's not just like it's not just the frosting. It's
right. The cookie has Oreo and the buttercream has Oreo, and it's a cold cookie.
So being cold is a little more dense. It's still nice though. I would always prefer room temperature or heated up cookies, warm cookies, to a cold cookie. But I know some of you really like cold cookies, so this is your cookie today. It's good. It's got really good flavor. It's just the only thing bad about it for me is it's a little more dense than the other ones, but it's not a bad thing necessarily.
No, I love that.
It's good texture too.
It's very, very sweet. That buttercream frosting is extremely sweet.
And even though it's dense, I say it has a good texture because it really does for a denser cookie. It really does have a good texture.
Yeah, it's you actually get like the grittiness. You get the cookie grit and the sugar grit. Like I said, that frosting. It's very, very sweet.
It is really nice.
Which I love. You get the flavor of the Oreo.
You don't get crunchy Oreo.
No.
You didn't either.
No, not actually crunchy.
Yeah,
pieces.
even in the frosting, it wasn't crunchy. It was still fairly soft, but it was still really good.
But I like that. I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
Completely fine with it.
It still added to the flavor quite a bit.
I mean, I usually reserve it for the end, but so far that's the sweetest one for me.
I think so too.
Because of that frosting. Okay.
Yeah, the frosting really adds a lot.
Yes. Okay, so the last one is blueberry cheesecake. This is a graham cracker cookie with,
It's a little dense too.
with cheesecake frosting and blueberry topping.
Pretty thick.
It looks nice to me. I'm glad I put that one last. I didn't even think about it because you got blueberry all over your knife.
That's all right. Wipe it off anyway.
I know you wipe it off, but I mean, it worked out well.
It did. I'm gonna take a bite with the center where the blueberries are.
Me too. Are you kidding? Although I want to see. You do get the graham cracker.
It's a denser texture cookie too. Not quite as dense as the cookies and cream one, but it's a little more dense. I love that frosting.
It's a lot, isn't it?
I was just seeing what kind of frosting they have. So it's cheesecake frosting.
You know what though? When I just tasted the cookie by itself, and I know I'm wrong. I know it's probably not in the ingredients at all. I don't know. I haven't looked, but I would have sworn when I was tasting the cookie that it had a little bit of an almond flavor. I don't know why I felt that way.
I do know that the blueberries are really nice. Very sweet, fresh blueberries. I don't even love blueberries, but I like them. I don't love them.
You
really
definitely
good.
taste the cheesecake.
Yeah, you get the cheesecake flavor. It's not really sour like a regular cheesecake, but it does have that cream cheese flavor.
Yes, that tastes very specifically like cream cheese frosting.
Which I love their cream cheese.
Yes, it's delicious. But the last one was very specifically buttercream.
Right.
It's
different. It's more of a vanilla, whereas this is more of a cream cheese.
Yes. So which,
I really like that.
if you just had the cream cheese frosting and the buttercream, which do you think is sweeter to you?
They're both just pure sugar. I mean,
I know.
which would I personally prefer the cream cheese. I always like the cream cheese frosting better.
Okay.
But
which do you think is sweeter?
Today, it's hard to say. They're both probably about the same, honestly.
The
blueberry might take off a little bit of the sweetness because it's got that blueberry flavor, but I don't know. They're awfully sweet too. So.
I do taste the graham cracker in that cookie. You do get cream cheese, and the blueberries taste very fresh.
They're really nice.
It is an extremely sweet cookie, which, I'm not complaining. I'm
kind of leaning towards the blueberry one being a little sweeter than the cookies and cream.
I know.
It's really hard. They're really close. Both of those are definitely the
For me, given the choice, like Kevin said, his favorite was cream cheese over buttercream. I like the buttercream more than the cream cheese, but in this case, I do think the blueberry cheesecake is the sweetest one here, with a close second being the Oreo.
Right.
I really did. Those are definitely the sweetest ones here.
Oh, yeah. The other three are equally about the same as far as sweetness level too, though. They're kind of equal. I guess the peanut butter one would be the least sweet out of the three others. But only because of the chocolate cookie, but it's not really...
It's not bitter or anything. It's just, I agree. It would be
less sweet than the other two.
I agree. This, though, for our location, has been another gold star week.
Yeah, it's really good.
Last week was just like perfection, and now this week I have
everything's baked really nice
absolutely
and everything.
no complaints whatsoever. It's been wonderful.
Yeah, and for me, the cookies and cream, I really, really liked it. It was a little dense because it was cold. For me, I would just leave it out on the counter for a little while and let it warm up.
And a lot of people do.
Yeah,
a lot of people
I would just let it warm up to room temperature,
yes.
and then I would eat it. I wouldn't eat it straight out of the box. But that's a personal preference.
It depends on what kind of mood I'm in, because I like it cold.
Yeah.
I like it. I've come to, at first, I don't think I appreciated the cold cookie as much. And now, since we've been reviewing them for so long, I've come to appreciate, you know, this is a cold cookie. This is what it's like when it's been cold. And it is going to be denser. And
it makes you feel like you've eaten more.
It does, yeah.
Because you're eating it. You're working a little bit more to eat it.
Right. So this is a very, I think, hard decision. You can only pick one. You only have the money for one cookie. I know mine right off.
It's really hard because I liked all of them. There's not one I didn't like. Because usually there's one every week that's like, I wouldn't get that one again. I would get any of these again. Go ahead and say what you're
I'm picking the Big O.
The Oreo one?
The Oreo. Yeah, the Oreo.
See, I'm leaning towards the blueberry one.
I love that Oreo. I love the buttercream. I love how sweet it is. And I know it's a cold cookie, but that's one, it's like... I think they're all good though.
Yeah.
And we wouldn't just say that to you because Crumbl paid for these, because we've said plenty of times
we've said when we don't like them.
Yes. So I'm truly telling you, any one of these that you get is delicious.
I think I'm going to go with blueberry as my number one. Believe it or not, I'm going to go with the Buckeyes number 2. Then I would do the Oreo one.
Okay. Okay.
The Oreo
so
one.
What is
I
your
like
order?
that it would be third.
So what's your order? Put all of them in order.
It'd be blueberry, Buckeye, Oreo, and then these two are so similar to each other.
There's different textures.
I think I would do the Biscoff, and then I would do just last, because it had to come in last, would be the caramel. Only because, I tell you why I put that in last, is because the caramel doesn't really have a caramel flavor. It's just sweet more than anything.
Right. The caramel cookie, it doesn't have I didn't get a caramel flavor, but I liked it a lot.
I mean, it tastes like sugar.
I would say Oreo number 1. Blueberry number 2, because it's so sweet.
It's very sweet. It's very good.
I'm gonna say caramel number 3, Biscoff number 4, and the Buckeye Brownie number 5. Yeah, that's just different, different strokes for different folks.
Different flavor, different taste.
Yeah, exactly. But let us know if you plan on going to Crumbl. What was the other one they had? Was it sea salt? Was it sea salt?
I don't remember. It was just a chocolate chip.
It was one of the chocolate chips.
One of those chocolate chips.
So they do have another one. If you don't want any of these, they do have one of those too. So you'll have to let us know what you plan on getting this week. Good week to go though. So I'll have lots of pictures for you at the end. And thanks for watching.